Hello and welcome to grammar class.
Today's lesson is the present continuous or progressive tense. The structure or verb form of the present continuous is am or is or are plus the fourth form or the ing form of the verb. The auxiliary verb am is used for I, is used for he, she, it or any singular noun, and are is used for you or we or they or any plural noun. So we learn that am or is or are plus the ing form of the verb is called the present continuous tense. But what does the present continuous tense show? It shows an activity or action that is in progress or going on at this point of time or at the time of speaking. So as the name suggests, the present continuous tense shows a continuous or ongoing activity of the present moment. Now let's see some examples of the present continuous on your screen. I am watching TV. Here am plus the ing form of the verb watch is showing that the act of watching TV is going on now. So it's in present continuous tense. The birds are chirping. Are and the ing form of the verb chirp is in present continuous tense, which means that the birds are chirping right now. Also in the last sentence, is cooking is in present continuous tense, which shows that the act of cooking is going on at this moment of time. In short, the present progressive tense shows an action or activity going on at the time of speaking or at this point of time. Well, the present continuous also shows a pre-scheduled or pre-arranged activity that is going to take place in the near future. In other words, if an activity has already been arranged or scheduled to take place in the near future, we use the present continuous to show it rather than any future tense. For example, I am leaving for Delhi tomorrow. Now, my visit to Delhi is pre-scheduled and it is going to take place tomorrow itself. Therefore, here we prefer to use the present continuous am leaving instead of shall leave or will leave. In the same way, the school is reopening next Monday. Here too, the date of the school's reopening is pre-scheduled or pre-planned, and so the present continuous is used here. And then he is arriving by the next train. We know about his pre-scheduled arrival. We know by which train he is going to arrive. We also know that the next train is going to come in a few hours' time in the near future. So here we are using the present continuous tense. But there are some verbs that are not normally used in the present continuous tense. These verbs denote perception, emotion, possession, appearing, thinking, and so on. These verbs show some mental activity in general. And even if such a verb shows an ongoing activity of the present moment, we prefer to use the simple present tense instead of the present continuous tense. Some of these verbs are feel, think, understand, believe, hear, remember, recognize, see, imagine, like, dislike, agree, disagree, smell, mind, seem, belong, have, appear, and so on. These verbs are not normally used in the present continuous tense. We use these verbs in the simple present tense. Yes, in exceptional cases, some of these verbs may be used in the ing form or continuous tense, but I am going to talk about them towards the end of the video. Now see some examples. How are you feeling now? Here, are feeling is in the present continuous tense. Feel has been used in the present continuous tense, so the sentence is wrong. The correct sentence would be, how do you feel now? Because feel is a verb of perception. Also, it is wrong to say, I am agreeing with you. Agree cannot be used in the present continuous tense. It has to be used in the simple present tense. So the correct sentence is, I agree with you. Similarly, I am hearing a noise. Here has been used in the present continuous tense, which is a mistake, and the correct sentence is I hear a noise. So we understand that hear is a verb of perception, and so it cannot be used in the present continuous tense. It has to be used in the simple present tense. Well, now let's see how the present continuous tense is used in the passive voice. The structure of the present continuous tense in passive voice is am or is or are plus being plus the third form of the verb or the past participle. Earlier we learnt the active structure of the present continuous tense as am or is or are plus the ing form of the verb. Now we see that in passive voice we use being and the third form of the verb after the auxiliary verbs am or is or are. For example, the car is being painted. Here the verb is in present continuous tense passive voice. Look at the structure: is plus being plus the third form of the verb paint. Food packets are being distributed. Are plus being plus the third form of distribute. I am being harassed by my boss. Here also the verb is in present continuous tense passive voice. Am plus being plus the third form of harass or harassed. In these three examples, the three verbs is being painted, are being distributed, and am being harassed are in present continuous tense passive voice. In passive voice, the doer is not the subject, but the receiver of the action is the subject of the sentence. In this way, the active voice and the passive voice structures of the present continuous tense are different. Well, now how to use the present continuous tense
In interrogative sentences,
The auxiliary verb am or is or are comes before the subject, and the ing form of the verb or the present participle comes after the subject. For example, am I dreaming? Here am is coming before the subject I and dreaming comes after the subject I. What are you doing? Are is coming before the subject you and doing in the fourth form comes after the subject. Now let's talk about some special uses of the present continuous tense. Well, we know that to show a present habit or a habitual activity, we use the simple present tense. But for a persistent and undesirable present habit, we use the present continuous tense with adverbs like always or constantly. For example, he is always complaining. She is constantly nagging him. It's always raining here. All these are habitual activities that are persistent and highly undesirable. So we are using the present continuous tense and not the simple present tense. Also, some verbs of perception, thinking, emotions, possession, etc., which are normally not used in the present continuous tense, may be used in the present continuous tense in a different meaning with a change of meaning. Take for example, I am thinking of resigning. Here am thinking is in present continuous tense, but thinking is used with a change of meaning. Here thinking means considering. The doctor is feeling her pulse. Is feeling is in present continuous tense, but feeling is used with a change of meaning. It means checking here. People are forgetting their old values these days. Here, are forgetting is in present continuous tense, but the verb forgetting is used in the sense of ignoring. So, although verbs like think, feel, and forget should not be used in the present continuous tense, but they may be exceptionally used in present continuous tense with a change of meaning. Well, that's it for today. If you liked the video, please do not forget to subscribe to my channel for more grammar videos. Thank you very much for watching the video till the end.